Dad realizes his daughter is the killer. Everybody lock in right now.
Please, she's on the ground. So there's...
Who is it?
My mom!
This man has just been told that his wife has been murdered. However, he never could have expected that it was his daughter that was responsible.
What happened? Your wife and daughter got into an argument. She's going to jail forever. Your wife's dead. I was too.
On March 3rd, 2020, Ohio police responded to a 911 call at an address in Akron and found Brenda
Everybody
Powell
on YouTube,
on the
join
floor of her
Twitch.
kitchen with 30 stab wounds in her neck. Her daughter,
Everybody on
Sydney,
YouTube,
was
join
in the
Twitch.
house
This
at the
girl
time
just killed
and
her
told
mom.
police this was a home invasion turned brutal murder. But even
Hold
though
on, I'm
Sydney
gonna get
was
one more.
injured as
I'm gonna-
well, there were still
I ain't
questions
gonna get
left
one more.
unanswered. Things weren't adding up for the cops. Brenda was on the phone with one of Sydney's college professors at the time she was attacked, and during that call, she suddenly started screaming before the phone went dead. When he called back, the voice on the other end of the phone claimed to be Brenda, but the college professor knew this was a lie and suspected Sydney was pretending to be her mother. Fearing the worst, he called 911 and the first responders arrived in no time. This scream, combined with being called to the location, is enough probable cause for the police to forcefully enter the home. And this is what was waiting for him when he walked inside the house.
Akron Police! Akron Police! Where's your mom at? Okay, stay right here.
No, there's so much blood. No, please. Mom!
Man!
She's
Grab her.
in
Take
the
her.
court now! No!
Stop! Hold on, we gotta figure out what's going on. Can you sit down? R9, get that 32 rolling here quick. We got a female down, blood all over the place. Sergeant Smart, you just got a crime scene. Take her outside. You got she's blood all over. I don't know. She's bleeding out. Secure the scene. She looks like a 22. She looks like she's been down for a while. There's blood all over the place. There's a knife by her head and stuff like that, and there's a huge pool of blood. No, I think she just walked in on it. There's a broken window in the back. So if you can just put up some crime scene tape, as soon as AFD gets here, they're gonna...
Bro, this is crazy. She literally killed her mom, and now she's crying. How do you kill your mom and then cry about it?
pronounce her, I'm
Nah,
sure.
bro.
It turns out Brenda hasn't just been stabbed. She's also been hit over the head with an iron skillet,
Oh.
and her injuries are so devastating that her life hangs in the balance.
Hold on, we gotta figure out what's going on. Come on.
Is she gonna be okay?
Come on.
I don't...
Come on.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
You just need to cooperate with me, all right?
I want my dad.
Huh?
I want my dad.
What happened? What's going on?
No.
What's going on?
We heard a bang. We heard a bang. And she told me to get out. And then I heard screaming. So I came back and she was on the ground.
Okay, you heard a bang.
No.
There was a big broken
Nah, bro.
What is your name?
Sydney.
Are you cut?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're cut somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah, your hand.
No, I was helping her. I grabbed her.
All right, stop.
Yo.
Yeah. What's going on?
Nah, bro.
I don't know. We just got
I'm the dad.
Okay,
Sydney.
what's...
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yo.
Sid-
Imagine, yo, this girl, like, she playing victim, bro, the hell? That's what I'm saying. She just stabbed her mom, right? Now she's crying, and then she's saying, I need my dad. Why, so you could kill him too? Like, what are
who
we
appears to have
doing
been
here?
injured as well, is suffering from shock and struggling to hold herself together.
She's
Even the
not in
arrival
shock.
of her
She knew what
father,
she did.
Steve Powell, doesn't calm Sydney down. Police need to lock down the crime scene and try to figure out exactly what's happened.
The back window's broken in.
So you're gonna have to...
Daddy.
inside there? So...
I don't know.
This is why you can't believe when girls cry. They will literally kill somebody and then cry like they didn't do it. Don't believe a girl when she cries.
Oh, she was there was so much blood.
Okay? She's got minor cuts.
Inside the house, there's a broken window and the knife used to stab Brenda. But something isn't quite right, as the broken window had blood dripped on the outside of it, leading police to conclude it could have only been broken after Brenda had been stabbed. However, Sydney claimed that the intruder used the window to enter and was broken before the attack, leading...
Bro, look.
Conclude
She just said they broke in, right?
it could have only been broken after Brenda dripped on the outside of it, leading police to quite right. The house, there's a
She said he climbed in. Who is that small? No, chat. Look how small that hole is. Who's climbing through that? Bro,
broken
I would have
window
said you're
and the
lying.
knife
Look how
used to
small the hole
stab
is.
Brenda. But something isn't quite right, as the broken window had blood dripped on the outside of it, leading police to conclude it could have only been broken after Brenda had been stabbed. However, Sydney claimed that the intruder used the window to enter and was broken before the attack, leading to the first of many inaccuracies in her story.
Interesting. Okay, do we know who, where, which way?
That's the younger guy. I'm looking through here and I can see pictures.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
Yep, hey, sorry, I'll call you right back. Bye. All right, let me go report that.
Yeah, there's guys. It's probably her brother.
Well, see if we can find out who else lives here.
With such a serious case with so many unanswered questions, the cops spend some time talking with homeowners nearby. They have to try and collect as much information as possible, but right now, the only person making any sense is Sydney's father.
Okay.
Do you live here since?
Yeah.
She's really playing victim.
That's my wife and there's my daughter.
How old's your daughter?
She'll be 20 in March. She's 19.
Damn.
Is she coming out?
No, not yet, so just can't hang out.
Sydney,
Wait, she's gay?
can you tell me what happened? Huh? Sydney. Sydney.
On its way?
Yeah, it's coming.
From where?
Nah, facts.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Facts.
I can hear him.
Yo, if y'all are in here, let me get an L acting. If you're in here, let me get an L acting for this chick.
I have a female hair.
While trying to piece this puzzle together, police speak to Steve Powell and one of Sydney's
Facts.
friends
RIP
down
to
at the
mom,
station, in the hopes that they may be able to help them shed some light on exactly what happened. But unfortunately for Steve, he has absolutely no idea Sydney is the attacker, or even worse, that his wife is in critical condition at the hospital and likely won't survive. Something detectives will have to break to him sooner than later.
Where'd you get a call from?
W Chill Guy. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
Call went out and discussed
This girl
call
just
from
killed her
University of
mom.
Mount Union, where my daughter was.
Everybody on YouTube, join
going,
Twitch. This
and
girl
it
just killed her
said,
mom.
Female in distress. I said, well, that's funny because Brenda's there, my wife. So I called Brenda. And it rings and rings on the cell phone. No answer. I call Sydney back. Rings and rings and rings. No answer. I call Brenda back. Ring. No answer. I'm pacing around. I call G back. And I'm on the phone with him telling him there's no answer. My doctor calls me back. And said, oh, Mom's on the phone with Mount Union. I said, well, cops are on the way. And she went, there's just a break-in. And she just started going off. She said, what? There's been somebody broke into the house. There's blood everywhere. She was hysterical and crying. So at first, when you talked to her, she said that your wife was on.
What? She said my mom is on the phone, like mom's on the phone with Mount Union. The dad says, oh, the cops are on the way. Then she starts crying? Bro, okay, first of all, she killed her mom, right? She killed her mom. There's a hole literally the size of somebody's hand, and she says somebody broke in. Did a chipmunk crawl in there, grab a knife, and just start stabbing your mom? Like, that is not happening. Like, come on, bro.
Yes.
Everybody on YouTube, join
As soon
Twitch.
as I said, cops are on the way, the hysterics started.
Is she still
Bro,
attending?
what?
Well, as far as we knew up until today, yes, but apparently not for the last, I don't know, maybe couple weeks.
What Sydney hadn't told her parents was that she'd been kicked out of college weeks before this happened and had been lying to them ever since. But she did tell her friends, including Lauren, who lived in the same dorm.
Now, we understand that Sydney was your roommate.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
Last year, and
She's blaming Ant-Man?
And so you've been friends ever since your freshman year at St. V?
Mhm.
Go over each other's houses, everything like that?
Yep. Well, she started off in exercise science freshman year, her first semester. But then
Everybody on
she
YouTube,
didn't
join
like the
Twitch.
classes, so she switched over to psychology and sociology. But then she didn't really like that, so this year she switched to education, and then she didn't like that either, and that's one of the reasons she left, is because she really couldn't find what she liked. I think she struggled in her classes. I don't think her grades were the best, but she didn't really tell me that, because I wasn't really struggling. I think she kept a lot of stuff.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. This girl just killed her mom.
Happy. Like, she
Sorry for everybody on YouTube that's watching this right now. I got
until
like
the end
300
where
people
she
watching me on
was
YouTube. I
struggling,
want them to
she
come watch this video on Twitch.
sad and just like, Lauren, I don't know what to do. I think she felt like everybody around her kind of had figured out what they wanted to do, and she hadn't.
Establishing Sydney's state of mind leading up to the incident will help detectives find out if she simply snapped or if this was premeditated.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit makes me sick. Like you just ended another human. You know that, right? That's sick. That's like dead. It makes my stomach turn really bad.
The issue is, Sydney is going to claim that she actually has no idea what happened throughout this entire case. In fact, she's going to base her entire defense on the fact that she blacked out and even claim insanity using meds.
What?
This means the cops still have no solid proof that Sydney is the guilty party, but they're starting to discover she was hiding secrets from just about everyone.
Well, I know she's had anxiety for a while, but I think those this last
Everybody
semester
YouTube,
that
join
started
Twitch.
coming back in January is when it really started, that she was kind of more upset because she really didn't know what she wanted to do. My friends and I were worried for her because we didn't know what was going on because she didn't tell us, and
Lauren knew something was wrong and tried to help. At first, she had no reason to doubt her and was as supportive as any friend could have been at a time like this. But even Lauren grew suspicious of Sydney's evasive behavior.
I could tell she was getting more upset, more sad. And I told her, I was like, I'm here, you can tell me, I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm here. But she never really opened up until she was leaving and saying that she was struggling with school and that she was kind of trying to figure out what was going on, and that's when I started to try to help her.
Let's talk about this. You're her best friend, and I know this is difficult, but tell us about her relationship with her parents.
Her and her parents had a really good relationship. Her mom and her were best friends. Probably, they did everything together. One of the reasons she went home was to be with her mom. They were always close. She never said anything bad about her mom. She never ever talked about having an argument with her mom.
What just happened? I just joined. This girl killed her mom? No, not this girl. There's a girl that just killed her mom, and she's crying like she didn't do it.
I can't recall every time she'd be going home, she's like, I can't wait to see my mom. Or when she goes home for weekends, she'd be like, oh, my mom wants me to come home so we can hang out and watch movies. And she loved being home.
By this point, Sydney is becoming wrapped up in a lie that she's going to struggle to escape from. But instead of owning up, she decided to make out as if college just wasn't working out for her and tried to convince her parents that they could save a lot of money on college bills if she left to pursue other things.
What's going on? Are you not going to school? She goes, I'm overwhelmed in school, and I don't really like what I'm doing, and it seems like it's a waste of my time and your money. I said, well, but that's all part of it. Nobody's going to tell you you need to do what you're doing when you're 20. You need to figure it out.
But that's not what she...
Alright. This is my take. I don't think you should go to college. Now, before y'all start saying, oh, why? I would say if you don't know what you want to do, take a year off. Take a year off and figure it out. There's no point in going to a college, right? You don't know what you're going to do. So you're going to waste your parents' money. You're going to try and figure it out. But here's the thing. This is what people say. Oh, you're going to figure it out when you're there. It doesn't matter. You'll figure it out when you're there. College is all about parties, fucking hoes, and drinking. That's literally, and drugs. That's all college is. So you're telling me that you're going to go to college and you're not going to do any of these things and get distracted. I highly doubt that. Now, for those that do, for those that don't do any of those things, y'all got to understand there's also a other side of campus. Other side of campus being that there's clubs and stuff like that. Now, would you be able to find your niche there? Probably not. Because you got to understand that these clubs have nothing to do with people's majors. So if you don't know what you're going to do, take a year off and figure it out. You know? And don't base your success off of other people's accomplishments. You know? Just because your friend is becoming a doctor doesn't mean you need to get there at that point. Like, you will figure out what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's good to get a nudge into the right direction, but like, once it's forced on you, you become like this, like overwhelmed, you don't want to do nothing, and shit like that. You know? So, if you don't know what you want to do, take a year off and just chill and figure it out. If you do know what you want to do, great, go to college, do your thing.
Told her friends.
When she's talking to you about, the problems she's having at school, did she mention that she tried talking to her parents?
Yeah, I know she definitely, especially when she left, she talked to her mom.
Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch.
Kind of made that decision together to leave Mount. Like, she told them that.
Lauren's suspicions were proved to be right, and Sydney was lying to her friends. But at the same time, she was also lying to her parents, who knew nothing of her problems at college until they received a phone call from Sydney's professor. So Steve and Brenda began crisis talks to find out exactly what was going on with their daughter.
So I went back, I called my wife on my daughter's phone. She picks up, she was working down at Children's. And she goes, "What's wrong?" And I basically told her, I said, Sydney, I think the reason we can't get on is because she's unenrolled. She hasn't been going to school.
Sydney became wrapped up in two sets of lies. The story she told her friends and the story she told her parents. Failing grades aren't the end of the world, and any parent would support their child through such difficult times. But it seems she thought her parents would be mad and couldn't bring herself to tell them she'd been asked to leave the college.
Yeah, we asked her she was doing, and she said she was good. Like, she acted like what we would see as normal. Like, she was laughing, she was having fun. She said she got jobs. Because she worked at the Akron Rubber Ducks. She's worked there for a couple seasons, so she was gonna go back there. And then she also said she was looking for another job, and like everything was good, and she was trying to figure out like her next year and all this stuff. And she was gonna talk to her parents about housing, trying to come back to Mount.
Once she got to Mount Union, or anytime actually, did
everybody on YouTube join Twitch? This girl just killed her mom.
She did. Just kind of describe that for us.
She liked to drink.
Bruh, what's going on? Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. This girl just killed her mom.
Of our freshman year, where she drank too much, and she wasn't alcohol poisoned, but she did end up in the hospital. Her mom came and got her at like 2 in the morning. Usually after that, her and I were together, and if she did drink, I usually kind of like slow her down after I'm kind of her limit, because she's...
Yeah, bro.
Detectives suspect
Victoria,
Sydney snapped
saying,
when Brenda was on the phone to her college professor and tried to cover up her lies by silencing her mother forever. The issue
why in
is,
the world
again,
does she do that? I think, you know what? I deadass think she killed her mom because of the fact that they were forcing her to do something she didn't want to do and they weren't listening to her. That's what I think. Is it wrong? 110%. Does she deserve to be in jail for the rest of her life and rot there? 110%. But, hey, bro. Y'all parents need to, like, chill off your kids, bro. The whole point of having kids is to guide them to be a better version of you. Not make them do the things you wish you did. Let me get a hell yeah. Hold on, let me get a hell yeah. Let me get a hell yeah. Right? As a parent, you gotta guide your kid into the right direction, but not make them do the things you wish you did. Right? So this girl is probably going through so much shit in her head that's like, damn, I want to do something else, but my parents are forcing me to be here. You know? So you gotta understand, this chick is just going through it, and this is how she chose to do an outburst. You know? Is it wrong? Obviously 110%. This is inexcusable, but hey, bro. Do a better job with your kids. Everybody on TikTok, everybody on YouTube, join
Sydney
Twitch.
is claiming that she doesn't remember a thing, but it seems that she made some crucial and careless mistakes that let the detectives pick up the pieces. Sydney grabbed an iron skillet and beat her mother into submission before plunging a steak knife into her neck over 30 times. She then
She stabbed her mom in the neck 30 times? 30. That's how many subs we have. Yeah, she needs to be locked up. Or something worse.
impersonated her mother on the phone and staged a break-in to try and cover her tracks.
Were you able to go in the house at all? I made it in far enough to see the back fit. When you go into the front door, you come around the kitchen, you go in.
This is beyond crazy. Ashland, that's what I'm saying. Everybody on YouTube, join Twitch. Shout out to everybody joining on Twitch.
Right hand, there's two big sliding windows. I could see that window was literally, it looked like it was busted. Went down the hallway probably about 2 feet. Just didn't see blood all the way down the hallway.
Sadly, Brenda didn't survive her ordeal and passed away in hospital. The county medical examiner came to the conclusion that Brenda had died from blunt force trauma to her head and stab wounds to her neck. They ruled her death a homicide. This left detectives to deliver the tragic news to Steve that his wife was dead.
Well, not really bad news. Your wife passed away.
Oh!
Detectives investigated Sydney's claims that an intruder was responsible, but their findings didn't seem to match her story, and the evidence was painting a different picture altogether. This left detectives with one final devastating task to carry out, telling Steve that his own daughter killed his wife.
What happened?
I don't think someone broke into the house. I don't know if your wife and daughter got into an argument.
Oh, man.
I mean, the window was broken, but there's no forced entry into the house. Did your wife and daughter ever have, like, really heated arguments?
This is not possible.
I told this mom was like the parents, I bet you, if her dad was there, they both would have died. I'll put money on it. If her dad and the mom were there, she would have killed both her parents.
Your son's outside. He doesn't want you to go on.
My son's here?
Yes.
Would you like to be with your son?
I don't know.
Take your time.
Oh, man.
It's simply impossible to imagine the turmoil Steve must be going through at this moment. His wife murdered and his daughter the main suspect. Finally, Steve realizes the detectives might be right, leaving him to deliver the news to his son.
Clearly they think Sydney did this. I lost 2. She's going to jail forever. Wife's dead.
You know, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that they find out exactly what happened.
Why don't you do everything you can and lick my nuts? Oh, that's what I would have been. I would have been like, oh, morning. Come over to my crib. That's not exactly what I said.
Nothing's definite as of yet. They still have to do their investigating.
What do you mean nothing is certain yet? Bro, she's dead.
Well, yeah, I don't want anybody in here with me when I talk to you. I don't want anybody else with me in here. That's legal. I don't care.
You don't want any of us?
I don't want any of you. No, I just want Andrew.
Damn, I don't want any of you.
When you're ready, okay?
She should have swallowed to prevent this whole situation. Bro, low key.
They don't know. They haven't told me. They're investigating.
Sydney was arrested and charged for the murder of Brenda Powell.
Damn.
She claimed insanity at first, saying she had almost no memory of what happened, including hitting Brenda with the cast iron skillet and fatally stabbing her. The jury didn't believe Sydney, and she was found guilty on 2 counts of murder, 1 count of felonious assault, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. Sydney Powell was sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole after 15 years.
Holy shit.